Hi, I'm Teresa Elling from The Peaceful Home. Thanks for joining me for this front porch segment, summer segment, 4th of July. Summer is my favorite time of year, and I am going to do this intro, film, and then finish up in the house because I'm already melting. It's morning and it's already 90 degrees here. If you have a front porch that's neglected, which often that happens, we have spaces we don't use, it doesn't take much. A chair, a cozy throw, a stack of books, a little table to put a cup of coffee or an iced tea is all you need. You don't have to go out and buy new things. Look around your home, shop your home, pull some things out and make your porch, front or back, spot in your backyard, cozy to make you want to be there and spend time there just to get outside, hear the birds. I'm going to show you what we've done to our front porch since we put it in a year ago, and we don't have anything fancy. Everything is hand-me-downs or something DIY, something I made, thrifted, or found at a yard sale. And it's really easy to get a nice look on a front porch without spending a lot of money. I'm also going to show you a little craft. I had an idea for the planter box behind me, and I wanted to get the small American flags to put in them. And when I went to the dollar store, they only had plastic, yuck. And I ordered some 100% cotton ones on Amazon. I'll link those below. But when they came, they were very stiff and pure white. And I wanted a different look. So I'm going to show you what I did to distress them a little bit. But first, let's take a look at the porch. First off, on my porch, I'm plant sitting my daughter's giant aloe vera plant. And we have this star jasmine that's growing up, and I'm excited to see it just continuing to expand along the roof line there. And then this is the front entry, and this was here when we moved in. And beyond that line, beyond the dresser, it was just dirt and kind of a rock path. And we added this patio with the overhang about a year ago, and it's just been wonderful to have it. I've got these trunks stacked up here, and actually that trunk at the bottom was my first ever purchase at an antique store. I remember when we were living in Santa Maria, we went to an antique store in Orchid, and I think I paid $20 for it, and it seemed like a fortune at the time. I do love to use hats to decorate, but the hats around here are functional. We use them almost every day. These are our walking sticks. Front door, we normally have our screen closed most of the time, but in the summer when it's hot, of course, it's open. I keep it open with that little milk can there. This little dresser already made its YouTube debut when I fixed the handles on it and the drawer front. And this is a hydrangea plant some good friends gave us. We just cut off the spent blooms. They were beautiful, and it's already budding again. And a little collection of coffee pots and a vase. And then I love succulents. We have this wind chime that my in-laws gave us. It's tuned to the key of C, I believe, and it just sounds so pretty. And I think you can probably hear my grandkids in the background. They're down at the river swimming with Kevin. This is a table that a dear friend gave us. It is made with this chunky whole logs. It's really amazing. It was in her family for years, and she graciously gave it to us. And this is a new project. I've put flowers in here from time to time. This toolbox belonged to my grandfather, and at his summer cabin, he painted everything red or gray. Walls, trim, buckets, and even his toolbox is gray. So I lined it with some plastic lining, put some flowers in it, and these are the flags that I distressed a little bit so they look a little bit old. We actually sat out here almost every single night this spring for dinner. I also really like this red oriental rug that is under the table. It just adds a little pop of color. And then we have a seating area over here. So nice to just sit out here and read. And right now, like, it's been in the hundreds, 105 to 109 this week. We are not sitting out here except for in the early morning. And then it's just beautiful. I like to stack crates, and succulents are one of the few things that don't die out here. And usually keep some reading books, some magazines for when I'm out here. And this furniture, you know, I dream of the day when I'm going to have a brand new furniture set out here, but right now that is not my priority. And this little bamboo set belonged to my grandparents, and I've had it for years and years, and I have spray painted it several times, and you know what, it's worked for us. And then this couch, I actually made this. I found the blue cushions. They were brand new from Target at Goodwill, and so I made the couch to fit. In this corner, I've got a Boston fern and some blocks that my grandson plays with when he's out here, and this beautiful glass water jar that is in its original crate that a friend gave me, and I just love it. And we hung the flag for the 4th of July. We actually normally have a flag up, but we hadn't had one up since we moved here. And that's the path down to the river. Nice job! It's a beautiful day today. It's blue sky, even though it's scorching hot. I'm going to put on my suit and head to the river as soon as I'm done filming. This is a bench that I picked up for $5 at a yard sale, and I couldn't even distress it to make it look like this. It's authentic and old and really beautiful in my opinion. I know I've mentioned before how much I love using trays to decorate. It's just so easy to corral items and just have a really pretty look with a plant and some books. In the spring and fall, when the days are a little cooler, I have my basket of blankets, which is really nice just to cuddle up when you're reading. We have 3 kittens. We actually started with 4. One found a home, but Mama was killed up on the road, and we found them in a bramble. And now we have 3 kitties, but they were destroying my succulents. They were coming in and using it as a litter box and sleeping in here and crushing my plants. So what I did was add the rock, and so far that has kept them out. I am so glad to be back inside and out of the heat. So these are the flags I bought. They're very, very stiff, and they look brand new, and I wanted them to look a little bit old. And so what I did was I tea dyed them and softened them up, and it just gives a different look to it, and just a small detail, but I like these so much better. And this is so easy to do. The flavor of the day is English tea time. So I just used 2 tea bags in some hot water, and I put the flags, stick and all, right into the tea and let them sit for a bit. I did them all at the same time, and usually 5-10 minutes they're good. If you need to leave them longer or do a stronger brew, it will darken them faster. So you can decide and just customize this. I've done this for different fabrics that I've wanted muslin and some white fabrics that I needed to have more of an antique white. Really simple. So after you get it the color that you want, I would probably normally leave this in a little bit longer, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you the next step, and that was to add fabric softener. I just used a really cheap dollar store fabric softener, poured it right into the tea, because of course I'm not going to drink this later, And I began to just work it in to the fabric of the flag and just kind of massage it in, crinkle it up. And after I did that, I let it soak a bit. I did one more time. And when I was finished, I squeezed out the extra, blotted it dry with a paper towel, and I laid them out to dry. And when they dried, just had a much softer look and the color that I desired. So this is really easy and simple to do at home. I hope that you'll gather things from your home and make your outdoor space cozy and inviting, and you'll spend some time there, maybe in the morning when it's cool, just enjoying time alone, resting and being with loved ones. Thank you so much for joining me today. I pray that you have a wonderful summer. I know we have a long way to go, but I truly believe that we are making some progress towards being a nation under God with liberty and justice for all. Thank you for joining me on The Peaceful Home. Enjoy your summer. Happy 4th of July.